Hi Cancer, it's Romy Wyser here. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. Very exciting. I'm so glad that you've joined me to come and check out your September 2019 reading. If you are Cancer Sun, Rising or Moon, this may resonate for you. If it doesn't, please go ahead and check out the other readings for your Rising and Moon sign, which might make more sense. If you do enjoy the reading, you'll have the opportunity to join me with the extended. And with that, we just go a little bit deeper into the narrative to see what else Spirit wants to unearth for us in this month of September. You'll also receive an accompanying worksheet which will pull out some of the key themes that we talk about and share just some journal prompts really and affirmations to help you with your own spiritual growth through this month ahead. So if you enjoy the reading, Cancer, please do go ahead, drop me a comment below, like and share the video, and make sure you subscribe to my channel to receive future monthly readings from me and news and updates. And I really appreciate you coming to check the channel out. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera now so that you can see the cards as I'm reading them, but I just wanted to say hello so you know who's doing your reading today. Okay, thank you. Okay, Cancer, let's go ahead and see what comes out for you for the month of September. So we've just had this new moon in Virgo, which has hit your third house of communication, community. So it feels like we're in a place where our thoughts are a little bit clearer, right? We're expressing ourselves with more discernment and just able to get our point across in a more thoughtful and considered way right now. And that feels important, that lovely grounding energy, just anchoring you as we move into the first half of this month. Okay, beautiful card to begin, Cancer. So we're starting with full energy, so beginning of a brand new cycle for you, and you're really ready for it, right? It feels that this year has been one big mirror, right? It's shown you an awful lot about yourself. And some of it was easy to integrate and take on board, and some of it not so much. And you're at a point now where we've come out of the other side of that eclipse season that was intense for you, right, Cancer? But there's almost this beautiful liberating quality now that we arrive at this poignant month in the year. And I say poignant because it feels that you're taking stock and ready to perhaps completely change direction. I feel like your priorities have shifted hugely this year, Cancer, right? And this is just a reminder of that liberating quality that's now coming through, and saying to you that it's time to take what you've learned and to begin again. You know, we're setting sail for new experiences, new adventures. You are ready to take some risks, both emotionally, personally, in your life, and it just feels like you're in a space where you're ready to do this and ready to express and communicate yourself in new ways to people. I honestly think that, you know, it feels that there will be this quality of people seeing a real change in you, right? Noticing that there's something different about the way that you talk, the way that you're conducting yourself, the choices that you're making. And there may be more of an ease that's coming through with that. You know, the Fool is at ease with himself. He's unafraid. He's that eternal optimist, and he's ready to, even without completely knowing what's ahead, just take that first step and begin, right? So it's a beautiful card for us to start your reading. And what's really nice is this month, you know, our full moon is on September 14th in Pisces, and that is hitting into your 9th house of travel, expansion, you know, higher learning, new philosophies. So completely embodying that energy of the Fool, right? You're just ready to look at life in a new way. And that's based on what you've experienced and what you've gone through so far this year, Cancer. Okay. Four of Wands. So this lovely quality of feeling more centered, feeling more balanced, looking to put down new roots, new harmony. And that, you know, for some of you, this might even be a physical move. You might literally be about to embark on a house move or a change of your foundations. And with that comes this sense of new hope and optimism about what the future can hold for you. And you're ready for this. You needed that sense of a safe haven, shall we say, you know. And we're actually moving later in this month on the 23rd. We've got Libra moving in, and that's in your 4th house of house, home, family. So there could be some changes around your home and family life coming in this September, Cancer, but it all feels positive. It feels like we are ready to embark on something that's more aligned and more secure, and is going to catapult you into a new cycle, and one that feels like you've got the right foundations in place, yeah? This is also a big month. You know, Saturn moves direct on September 18th, and he's been retrograde in your 7th house of partnerships. So that's going to have hit you really hard, you know, whether it be in personal relationships, whether it be in business connections or partnerships. It's made you think about where you're collaborating, who you're connecting with, what it is that you need and want from these relationships and connections. And, you know, there's probably been some tough love that's come in. I've just got cards flipping all over here. Let me just pick up what's... Okay, so 2 cards just jumped out here. We're going to go 8 of Pentacles and 10 of Swords, right? So there's this need for you at the moment to move into this phase of self-mastery. You know, we've had to let go. For me, this feels like we're literally letting go of an old version of ourselves, right? And we're becoming the student again. You know, we've mastered something in this last cycle, and there's a completion, there's an ending that's had to take place. And we're ready to apply ourselves. With that full energy, we're ready to begin again, to put new foundational support in place for ourselves. But we're also just ready to do the work. And in Virgo energy, this is a really beautiful card coming in, because it's giving you the wherewithal, it's giving you the focus to be able to do just that, to apply the learning, and not be afraid of that. I've got this lovely quality coming through with the 8 of you being just accepting, you know, accepting that you don't know everything, that there is this, I have to learn this about myself, and I have to understand what are the external support networks that I can pull in to help me on that journey of discovery and being able to move forward, right? And, you know, I also get the sense, you know, just in talking about that Saturn in your 7th and it being in retrograde, you know, maybe some of these relationships and connections really felt like hard work. They just felt like way too much hard work, and you're just prepared to let that go, and for there to be an ending. For there to be that new beginning with the full energy, something has to go. There isn't room for all of this where we're going. So maybe there's been some connections that you are ready to release, or they're ready to transform, or you're ready to put the work in, right? I don't know, there's a sense that maybe there are some connections for some of you, Cancer, where, you know, you're going to have to recommit and put more effort in if you want to see the growth and the potential realized in something for yourself and for that relationship, right? that Virgo in the 3rd house as well, it feels like, you know, it's a really supportive time if you're looking to kind of change your careers, move into new areas, right? Sense of writing coming through as well for some of you. Okay, beautiful Magician energy coming in. So we've got 2 major arcana showing up already. So this alchemical frequency is reminding you that you have everything that you need, Cancer. You have what you need to be able to take on this next cycle. But maybe things need to be shifted. Maybe something has to be reprioritized, or you need to remind yourself actually of everything that you have learned and what you do have available to you, what resources are around you. You know, if this is about connections and relationships, it feels like things need to be shifted and moved around. The Magician is the ultimate manifester, right? He can bring things to life, but there's still a diligence and an application and a learning and an understanding that to get to that point, we still have to do the work on ourselves, you know, understand what's needed, look at what else we can draw in and pull in. And so there's a very grounded quality that's coming in this reading so far for you for September, Cancer, where I feel like you are open and present, I want to say, at where you need to go, being prepared to make the bold move to make it happen, and then looking around to see what do I need to call in or who do I need to call in to support me right now. You know, Jupiter's now direct in Sag in your 6th house, right? So again, while that was retrograde, there was a little bit of a focus around health for you, just trying to find the right balance. And I feel that that's something that through the month of August is really transitioning for you, Cancer. So what you've learned in that period was where do I get burnt out? Where am I giving too much energy? What do I need to put in place to support my well-being and allow me to be the best version of myself, so that I can bring about these changes, so that I can allow for expansion and take the moves and the risks that I need to, and find the best in situations. So now that Jupiter's direct, it's allowing you to put those systems and structures in place for yourself. Like, you gained all the learning of it, and what are you going to do differently now? How are you going to support yourself? And Virgo's all about that real self-healing, that being of service, right? So we have to be of service to ourselves first and foremost before we can help anyone else. So 9 of Wands. So, you know, the energy of this card coming through for me is just, I guess, wanting to remind you that even when it feels like everything's been in vain, or you're never going to quite get there, or there's almost this slight distrust, you're actually right on the precipice. And literally with that full energy, you are right on the precipice of really profound change coming in, right? But maybe there's something you don't trust, right? Maybe there's something that you're still uncertain or unsure about in yourself, or in about some of the changes that are taking place. Do you actually believe that things are getting better? Do you believe that people can be different? For some reason, you know, I pick up with this Magician energy that maybe there's some distrust here. So maybe you don't quite believe in your ability to manifest what it is that you truly desire, or maybe somebody's made you a promise or trying to show you something, and you're not quite certain or not quite sure of them either. And again, with that retrograde of Saturn in your 7th, maybe this is about a significant other or a business partnership or collaboration, and you're not quite clear, you're not quite sure if you're on the same page or if this can actually, the art of the possible can become possible. But remember, what's coming in for you is more stability, is more harmony and balance. And in order for that to be achieved, there has to be this element of taking a risk, belief, eternal optimism and faith, And then doing the work, knowing that it might not be easy, but it is necessary. Okay? That Nine of Wands is also speaking of just the time for taking a pause, but knowing that there's more action to come, right? And that Virgo new moon is helping give us a very supportive, anchored energy with which to realize new intentions and to have those new beginnings in a very earthly, practical, grounded way. Okay, so Strength card coming through here. I want to link back, could be a Leo energy that we're dealing with here, but I also want to link back to July because it feels like that as we were in your solar returns, Cancer has had a profound shake up on you, right? And I want to kind of pick out particularly matters related to health around this as well, it feels. So maybe you've gone through something or somebody around you has, and there's a little bit of a weariness, right, with this 9 and Strength card coming in. There's a tiredness that's with you, and even though you're galvanizing your energies and you're moving forward and you're applying yourself and you're prepared to do what's necessary, there's still this sense of needing to just recharge and not feeling quite on top of things yet. But through this month of September, I feel like there is more consistency coming in with your energy levels. And you've also learned an awful lot about yourself in this whole process, right? So where you've had to nurture yourself, where you've had to nurture other people, which is something, as that Cancerian quality that you have just naturally flows from you, right? But, there's been some, I want to say some tough lessons around where you need to draw boundaries around that, where you've needed to call back in that energy, to reconnect back into source, into your higher self, so that you're not losing yourself in this, right? But you've gained mastery over something within yourself, and that's allowing you to begin again and have faith that you have what it takes to create and make this happen, right? Magician energy. Okay. Okay, Cancer. So we have Page of Pentacles coming in. Why do I feel like there's an offer coming through for you in the month of September, right? So is it going to be right for you? Maybe you're dealing with an earth sign here. Could be Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. But there's still something in its infancy, right? It's not really being presented to you in a way that feels completely secure yet. But there's definitely some level of interest that's coming through. And in this new kind of awakened, very present state, for me, it feels like you're prepared to take a risk, right? You've got this full energy as your guide card for the reading. So maybe this offer that's being presented or what somebody's stepping forward with is giving you enough interest to say, okay, I'll move forward with this. I'll bring what I have to the table, whether this is in a relationship or work situation, and I'll be prepared to learn what I don't have and bring in what's missing in order to fully realize something, right? So we might be beginning something new. There might be a period of learning or study that's coming in. And with that Eight of Pentacles, it certainly feels like you're being asked here to focus your mind on something that's important about the new cycle that you're embarking on. And I want to begin in reminding you that has to start within the self before that's an application on anything external, right? Okay, Two of Cups coming in here. So maybe we are dealing with a relationship situation connected to an earth sign here. And the offer that's coming forward is one of unity, one of closeness. But there still feels like there's some work to do here, it feels, Cancer, to restore something, right? So if this is an existing relationship or connection that has gone through some kind of period of transformation over the last few weeks and months, there's something that still hasn't quite locked into place for you, right? And for me, this Page of Pentacles is still suggestive that there's work to do. So what's being offered here, whilst it's coming with good intention, I still want to have a little bit of discernment before I jump right in, right? And maybe there's this sense of not losing yourself in that connection, right? That's what you learn from the Strength card. This is about how you hold your energy, how you keep that personal boundary in place. You know, the boundaries that we have for other people, we also need to apply to ourselves, right? And the transformative energies that you've been through with this eclipse season have taught you what's right for you, what it is that you need in order to thrive and to bring in more balance and harmony into your life. So, you know, as we move into that Libra energy, into your 4th house, you know, you're really looking for something that's offering you stability and security. So the question to ask yourself is this page coming in with that level of security that you need at this point? And if they're not, then it's not to say you need to dismiss that, but there definitely needs to be a pause before you jump in. So even though we've got that full energy, there just feels like a slightly cautious note that's coming through for you, Cancer, just to say, is it the right time to fully commit to this connection or this partnership, right? I'm just going to pull a couple of outcome cards based on what's come up here. Okay, Four of Swords. So we are still in this period of reflection, right? And we've got 2 fours coming up in your reading here. So there is this sense of you regaining balance, regaining equilibrium, and needing to allow yourself enough of that sort of meditative space so that you can come to the right conclusions about what's being offered or what's being discussed. And it just does feel to me as well, there is this sense of making amends, either people making amends to you or you needing to make amends to others or to yourself. I don't know, that's a message coming through with this 4 for me today, Cancer. You may well have experienced some grief or some loss, you know, through this last few weeks and months, and certainly with that Strength card when we talked about health and family issues. You might be dealing with a health-related issue with yourself right now or a loved one. And, you know, this could still be taking a lot of the prioritization of your energy right now. And so make sure to not get lost down the wrong road as we move forward, right? September for you is showing you the change and how much you've changed yourself. And there's real clarification that's coming through with that, okay? And there's the opportunity to manifest something completely new, which feels really expansive, actually. But it's not at the cost of everything that you've learned, everything that you've put in place for yourself, is what I want to say, okay? Okay, Five of Swords. So it's kind of a challenging card, but it feels to me that this is just the reminder about not dropping back into old energetic patterns, right? Not sabotaging the efforts and the progress that you've made. Not allowing the disappointment of any one thing take over and mute out all of the positivity that's still coming in for you, right? It may be that, and I can't help feeling, you know, when I link back to this kind of page, Two of Cups, right? That maybe, you know, maybe something will slightly fall short or not quite meet your expectations, or you still feel a sense of disappointment if it's an existing connection or relationship. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't have, and it's not capable of getting to where you need it to. It's just showing me that there's this real sense of importance about you not forgetting everything that you've learned, not jumping back right into something because it feels comfortable or it feels easy or it's what you've always done, right? This is about the application and the change and taking a, like we said at the start, there was something coming through about a brand new direction for you, right? This is uncharted territory. This is new lands. This is not going down the same old road, repeating the same old pattern. We've learned too much. We've come too far. There's no need for you to revisit this in any way. So it's just a note to remind you that you have to keep having those moments to check in with yourself, Four of Swords, to make sure that the decisions and choices and what's coming up for you are supporting and serving your highest good, Cancer, right? So I'm just going to pull some oracle cards to see how they reflect what's going on with these cards for you today. Okay, interesting. So, selling out's coming up. So where are you feeling not your true authentic self, right? Where do you feel that there's a situation that isn't lining up? You're not able to properly express yourself. And that's all, you know, this is third house activity, right? This is all about how you're communicating, how you're connecting with your community, what you have to say. Is it coming from a place that is true, or are you saying what you think people want to hear in regards to connections, relationships, your wider community? So again, it just feels like this is linking in with the message here. Don't go back into old patterns. Don't try to squeeze yourself into a box of what you think people want from you. You've come too far. This is about a time when you are able to be yourself. You have everything that you need to create and manifest all of the desires that you hold. Don't be afraid of that power. Don't be afraid of liberating yourself from something, right? Okay, so I'm just going to use the moon deck here. Okay, South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. Exactly what we were just talking about here, right? Sorry about the sirens there, Cancer. So you are being reminded that this is a brand new beginning. This is about taking the learning, right? Only bringing what's really necessary, releasing the rest, that Ten of Swords, closure, okay? And not letting anything stand in your way, not letting anything hold you back, right? Tapping into that magician energy to really be the creator of your own dreams, your own destiny, and just not letting old disappointments get in the way of that. Not selling yourself out, not selling yourself short. You've come too far, you know too much. You've got that strength. You can discern, right? Your powers are of intuitive ability, you moon child Cancer, are second to none. So if this offer, if what's being presented to you doesn't feel good, doesn't feel aligned, doesn't feel like it's something that now fits with who you are, what you want, and what you're looking to bring into your life in terms of your own emotional needs, your stability, your sense of security, then you know what the answer is, right? Okay, the now. We talked about that. We talked about this sense of you coming into an energy of just being so much more present, so much more aware of how you're vibrating, how you're emotionally responding to people and situations. Being able to identify where you're being triggered, right? Where you're having moments of doubt or suspicion or lack of trust or uncertainty, where you're allowing like a weariness and almost looking at a situation from maybe a jaded perspective because it didn't work out in the past and therefore why would it work out this time? So you keep selling yourself short, or you're just not prepared to kind of take the risk. You know, this is like a call to action to say no. Bring yourself back to this present moment where all of your power resides, and this is where you'll find that sense of renewal, that restorative energy. And when you are connected to Source, right, that Four of Swords, bringing in that sense of meditation. How do you connect to Source? You know, what is your church, right? You know, how do you look upon the connection that sustains you? Where do you connect in with your own intuitive abilities? This is where the balance and the harmony can come through, right? This is what helps you connect into the presence of the moment right now. Okay, Cancer, so we're going to go ahead and continue this narrative in our extended reading. And I'm just going to put down a few cards to see where this conversation might take us, because there could be some interesting twists or expansions to what's being presented. So if you resonated with the reading, then please go ahead and like or comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to join us with the extended reading, here's a little bit of an insight on what's going to be coming up. The extended readings are kind of 20 to 25 minutes where we just take things a little bit deeper. So we're going to clarify the Fool here, coming out with the Queen of Cups. So that could be yourself, of course, Cancer, or Scorpio or Pisces. But I feel like this is you, actually, coming into your true self, your natural essence, and just ready to trust in yourself. She's also writing here, and you're in your third house, right? So what are you thinking about writing? Where do you need to express something? Maybe it's just about journaling. Maybe you're writing a book right now. Maybe there's a requirement for some kind of written expression coming through. Justice, okay. Very karmic kind of influence coming through, but also talking about balance and possibly new contracts coming in as well for you. Okay, a whole bunch of cards just jumped out here, so I'm going to take them. So we have Queen of Pentacles, Sun, Ace of Wands, Ten of Swords, and Eight of Cups. What an interesting story here. So we're going to go ahead and put that down with the Four of Wands, and we'll see where that takes us in the extended reading, Cancer. Okay, so clarifying Eight of Pentacles, King of Cups. So maybe you've been dealing with a water sign energy here again, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Maybe there's been a relationship or a business involvement with somebody. Could be somebody in a place of work, it feels. Pull one more around that. Three of Wands, okay. Maybe new opportunities being presented or coming to you from this water energy. So we're just going to go ahead and clarify the Magician here. 4 of Coins. So you're getting a lot of 4s in your reading today, Cancer. I really like that though. It's just bringing in this sense of balance as we move into Libra season, which is perfect, and in your 4th house. So very typical. Okay, 6 of Coins. Interesting. Again, rebalancing, give and take, talking about where you're applying and directing your energy right now. 3 of Cups. Community into your 3rd house, right? Friendships, social groups, possibly a third-party situation you've been dealing with as well, with something that now needs to change. 9 of Wands. Knight of Swords coming in there. Okay, could be a Gemini or air sign energy that you're dealing with. Bringing in changes, certainly. Swift, very fast-moving changes here. So be prepared for September to deliver things at quite a pace, okay? Strength coming through with 10 of Coins. So something to do with family, Cancer. Your stability, your sense of security, right? Real priority at the moment. The Chariot, okay, moving forward, gaining control, but Chariot is also a card of Cancer, so this is also you. So you're coming out in your true essence, which I really like for you this month, Cancer, because it's showing me that you are feeling more like yourself. There's something about having been kind of slightly stripped back in recent weeks, but what it's revealing is this sense of you. Yeah, see where we go, Death. Could be a Scorpio energy, but also just this transformative time that you've been through, but it has allowed you to find yourself. Ace of Cups, beautiful energy of restoring that compassionate inner divine self-love, self-appreciation, self-respect. Okay, let's look at this Page of Coins coming out with the Lovers. Interesting. So this definitely feels like there is some sort of offer of partnership, either romantic, business on the table right now. This could be a Gemini energy coming through, or an air sign. Feels quite karmic in its link as well for you right now, but the Lovers coming out next to the 2 of Cups is very poignant. So this is powerful. Okay, Knight of Coins and the Hanged Man. Okay, so could be an earth sign that we're dealing with here. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn in the mix as well. Hanged Man coming in with very kind of Neptunian energy. Sense of feeling slightly in limbo or uncertain. Going back to that Page of Coins, just not sure about where it's actually taking us. Okay, 7 of Coins just wants to drop out there as well, so we'll add it to the mix. Let's just clarify the 2 of Cups here. Hierophant, commitment coming in. Interesting. Could be a Taurus earth sign here. Something to do with a marriage. High Priestess. Okay. Just going to pull one more for the outcome cards here. 10 of Wands. Okay. Where are we feeling a sense of burden? A lot on your plate, taking on too much, and some choices to make. Indecision around the 2 of Swords. Okay, this one wants to come as well. Knight of Wands. Okay, Cancer, so we have some interesting stories to continue with in our extended reading. If you would like to join me, you can find the link in the video below. Thank you so much. Hope this reading did resonate if you're Sun, Rising or Moon. If it didn't, please go ahead and check out the other readings for your Rising or Moon sign. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you on the extended if you join me there. Thanks so much.